Nithyanandam. I am an initiated disciple of Paramahamsa Sri Nithyananda, presently blessed to be an Adheenavasi residing in the breathing space of Swamiji Paramahamsa Sri Nithyananda. As an Adheenavasi, Swamiji has initiated a group of us who have come to be in the breathing space of Swamiji from all over the planet. Swamiji has initiated all of us into a few powers. Swamiji has initiated into the various powers of Sadashiva, as he says, as he makes us experience that we are Sadashiva and we have the lot of possibilities for expressing 460 powers of Sadashiva. So I have been initiated into the power of third. He has awakened my third eye, and I have been initiated to manifest the powers of length, breadth, and depth, which means seeing the remote place, scanning the remote place, and telling by staying in my own place, doing the body scanning of persons, and at the same time healing and making the consciousness move the matters, which is in the depth dimension, by which we manifest powerful superconscious cognitions. However, I have since the time I have been following Swamiji since 2010. I have got various inspirations and cognitions, and I would like to share one such cognition about the famous Madurai Meenakshi temple. As a youngster, when I migrated from my village to Madurai Meenakshi the temple town of Meenakshi temple town of Madurai, I got fascinated with the size of the city and the size of the temple. However, so much so that every time I visit the temple, because of the hugeness of the corridors, I used to get lost, and somebody has to help me to find my way. And the first thing that attracted me there was the big-sized player, Mukurni player, which I am told every year the group makes 3 korakattais, that means 3 dumplings made out of 3 measures of rice, a particular quantity of 3 measures of rice, and offer it to the Vigneshwara on a particular day. The next thing that attracted me in the temple was the Teppakulam, though of course for half the time when I used to visit, it used to be with very little water. And of course the deity of Meenakshi, though I was not very much connected to initially during my visit, the thing that caught my attention with Meenakshi was her Muthu Kondai and that flashing nose screw. And I used to pray for her with whatever slokas I know, and then ask for some boons and come back. That's all. And in the Sundareshwara temple, I just used to sit, saw the lingam, again say whatever prayers slokas I used to know, and say it and come back. It has been like that only for me. However, after coming to know Swami Nithyananda ji, and listening to all his satsangs, I could know the real existence or the real living of Sadashiva and Meenakshi in that famous town of Madurai, which is a historic town. There in Swamiji, from Swamiji's satsang or Swamiji's words, I heard that Meenakshi is the most capable ruler of the planet, and she has been ruling the country once she was coronated. Her young age, I was told she has lost her father, and only the mother was taking care of her. However, Meenakshi was coronated at an earlier age, and then after her coronation, she has to go for Digvijay conquering all the places. And when she went to Kailash, she met Mahadeva and fell in love. And so on Mahadeva's orders, she returned back, waited in Madurai to marry Mahadeva. At that time also, Mahadeva has made a magic happening or the miracle happening there by making one of his Shivaganas eat the entire food of the marriage feast, which stunned the whole party. All these incidences or stories, histories we have heard or studied during my school and college days, it has not impacted me much. I thought it's just a history. But when I heard from Swamiji how Meenakshi ruled, she was 8 foot, more than 8 foot tall, and she was ruling her kingdom in all the possible best ways. In the sense, she could earmark time for looking after the medical necessities of her population, of her people, and then rule the country very efficiently. And however, on the request of the scepter of that Meenakshi, the kingdom, the Meenakshi, the rule was being shared by both Sundareshwara and Meenakshi. I also heard from Swamiji that Sundareshwara used to gamble with his friends while Meenakshi was ruling successfully the whole Madurai area. It has been and I have also read about a lot of stories wherein Meenakshi appeared to a foreigner staying in that in Madurai, and how she saved him at a crisis. So he got converted to Meenakshi and donated something to the Meenakshi temple. The finest point which made shifted the cognition for me was when Swamiji was explaining about Meenakshi and Sundareshwara in one of the episodes where Swamiji was mentioning Sundareshwara has taken 4 bodies in Madurai and has done various leelas. One of the leelas happened to be the Pittukku Manshumanda Kadai, which we all know. And in that Pittukku Manshumanda Kadai, he, as Shiva himself, Mahadeva himself, came as a worker to help an old lady and was asked to fill up the gap of the river by putting a bund in the river Vaigai. But he did not do it, so it infuriated the king at that time, who punished Sundareswara in disguised form of a worker by beating him with his scepter. And at that time, Mahadeva was so compassionate enough to make the entire group of people around him come into the space of Advaita by making them all realize the pain, including the king. The pain of the beating was felt by everybody, so they could all experience the space of Advaita. When I heard it, and when Swamiji mentioned, if you all happen to know about it, hear about it, and be in Madurai, then you happen to be one among you could also experience the same space of Advaita. That shifted my cognition so well, and I could also experience what is Advaita at the first instance. And I used to be very much enamored with all the trinkets like the bangles, hanging hair dressings, everything that used to be displayed in the whole temple area for shopping purposes as a young girl. Now I see all the Gurukul kids wearing all those jewelries and those headdresses and everything, but they as the extension of Swamiji, they adorn the thrones and give the Akashic reading to the public. That gives me an amazing feeling. And now with the same cognition based on all this, with this changed cognition of yes, Sadashiva and Meenakshi were in the real human form and they ruled the whole Madurai planet more efficiently, gives me the chance, yes, that is a real, it's not that any story or any history, it is a real happening which is still to be celebrated. And my next visit to Madurai, I'm looking forward to visiting all the places. Another thing which entered into me was the Swamiji mentioning about the Meenakshi temple's construction and how Meenakshi's body is being laid to rest in under the same Garbhagraha through a secret path starting from the present Palliyare. That was a fact I never knew. It was an interesting fact to me. And again, similarly, Sundareshwara in one of his incarnations, his body is in some of the kept under our Madurai Adheenam temple beneath that. So I'm looking forward to going and visiting these places when I go to Madurai with this new cognition in me. Thank you. I am talking to you so that you can also experience the same, because Swamiji is raising us to every level of a better being, from normal human being to superhuman being, by listening to all these truths, making us manifest the powers of Sadashiva. So I'm talking to you. If you're interested, come and be an Adheenavasi. I would invite you to be an Adheenavasi. Stay in the presence, breathing space of Swamiji and enjoy all things and transform your life. With the chance comes once in a lifetime. Thank you. Nithyanandam.